Marry Me, guys. I wanted to go really quickly today and cover the MDP development course that Michael's going to have available for you guys April the 20th. I want to encourage people to take this class because this class not only teaches you how to develop as a medium, it helps you channel correct spirit energies. You cover the different ways you can channel spirit. And Michael, let me know what inspired you to actually create this course.
Other than other people reaching out to us, I think
Yes.
life experience and what I've been through, and even that journey to get there, to channel and develop the energies, I had to go through various hurdles throughout life and problems within myself, and it teaches you why you journeyed towards that, and so channel the energy with spirit. You start to learn more about certain things that you don't want in life, certain things you want to keep in life, and you kind of counsel yourself as you go through the journey. This inspiration to do this course was through my own experiences, but also with Spirit's instruction as they channel the information through me. And every word in the manual is worded by me, but put into context in such a way that you can understand about life after death, about dealing with the loss of a loved one, knowing that the physical is gone and that this spirit is there and the presence is around you, and learning so much more about the history of spiritualism, because it's important to know where the history of spiritualism comes from, how our ancestors, how our guides and the people of the past made it possible for what it is today. It may not have been advanced back then, but being in that position and connecting and going through trance mediumship and people being inspired to help others journeyed throughout the years to where we are today. So if they weren't there to do this, this would not have existed. So we have to thank the past. We have to take a leaf out of the history books. We have to learn certain things. And it also, throughout the journey of the course, inspires you to, yes, read books and learn, but you can put the books to one side and you can learn to channel and meditate and connect to your guides. And it is all about listening intently to spirit. There's been a lot of word for word things I've put in my own experiences, but they've come from spirit connection as well. They're telling me things and I'm constantly audio voicing what they're telling me, and I have to stop, obviously because of the audio on the phone, but it also means I have to slow down because they talk so fast. And I might say something that isn't worded by me, but worded by spirit guides, because it's something unique or something that's said that isn't me.
Right.
I read it and I
Yes.
think, oh my God, I've not said something, that I've never said that. And that is from Spirit's way. They said, you have the option to teach the way you want to teach, but you're going to put it into the context the way we want you to teach it. We're channeling through you. So
Right.
you are being guided to help others develop this ability, but also pass on the chain of love, pass on the chain of light, but also, remind people that everything's connected and even the darkness exists for a reason too. So while we go through that course as students, even me going through the course with the students, you will look at the past and recognize that the darkness and the problems that you went through were absolutely essential.
And you know what I love about when I've been listening to you as you're recording your manual and you're actually creating your book. What I love is that it actually teaches you, it's a course that'll help you actually take responsibility for your own life and not blame evil entities or spirits. And it kind of teaches you, it gives you like the stepping stones to grow as a person as well. It's not just about connecting with spirit to help other people, because I know what he's saying when I do readings, when he does readings, that we begin to speak and we're listening to our voice, but it's just not us speaking, it's spirit speaking through us. And this course definitely will give you the tools in order to connect better.
I know that the work that is involved in this course is deep and in depth, but it circles around the problems of life, how we work with people, having challenging clientele, having challenging audiences that we will address as mediums, giving them the messages. And we have to know how we're going to conduct ourselves, because one slight bad comment or experience from one person will get through to another person, and word gets around. It is always good to have first impressions and last impressions with people. They've got to see you be at your best at the first and at your best at the very end of the session. We were looking to 17 weeks of work. 16th and 17th week of the course will entail exams and assessments, and also getting your journal to me, because it is important to document what you've experienced through meditation, through dreams, through anything that you're doing throughout the day that might be connected, like a circumstance might connect to your spiritual journey here in this course. So you'll think, oh, I've got something to tell you today, Michael. This has happened. And it all is linked to, everything happens for a reason. During that time, you will learn about the history of spiritualism. You'll learn about connecting to spirit.
Exercises as well.
Yeah, there's also exercises, diagrams. You know, we could go off the list really, but obviously I don't want to do that, because, you know, that's for when you begin. It's just taking some things that I will be doing.
Quickly, I'm going to go over, you're going to be going over dream interpretation, spirit guides and ancestors, which is wonderful. Discernment, discipline, the dangers of psychic mediumship. And a lot of people need to understand that along with spell casting, or along with connecting with spirit, whether it's just you want to develop as a tarot reader or something like that, there are some dangers that you may come across, and he's going to teach you how to protect yourself and how to turn spirit off when you need to sleep.
The most favorite topic it would be week 2, straight off the bat. Week 2 coming in to this course. The benefits of this course, what it can do for you and the client. It is important that the psychic mediumship development is described in depth by the students to me as much as I can describe it to them. They can let me know what they think might benefit them in this. They might be dealing with the death of a loved one, but they haven't felt the presence of that person. So this course might help them in that way to break through that, and then they can further develop their abilities, because maybe not being able to accept the fact that, you know, spirit energy and their just their love isn't always going to be present. We're not going to feel it because they are on their own journey. But when it does come, it's a nice feeling. But some people can't connect in that way. Maybe something's blocking them from the spirit energy, their loved one. Until they can break through it, then they can move forward. There are always reasons why we have blockages along the way.
I see here that you're going to have symbols used in circle meditation. That's something that is very interesting to me. What do you have
We're
here
working
also?
with the aura, clairvoyance and clairsentience.
And
Psychic circle. What does it say? Psychic circle meditation. Talk about what you felt and connected to. So it goes deep really into the practical.
Something that I strongly recommend for people to take. It's a wonderful course. It's well packed with information from the history of mediumship, spiritualism, to how to connect, how to protect, how to turn off when you need to turn off, because we all need to.
And how I actually recognize that we're lucky to have the technology that we have today, because we can document, instead of writing down all of your feelings and your notes and what you've experienced, you can audio it, speak through it through the phone, and it will type it out for you. And that's how we document many experiences, and it's quicker, isn't it, really? And that's what I've been doing. And I encourage anybody, even if they're not going to be involved in this course, to audio type your experiences. And it's important you do that. Throughout the course, it will involve discipline within the self. It will be a tough road, but it can be tough for a certain person in the course because they're going through so much pain. Perhaps dealing with learning to love the self first, deal with the issues and move forward will then mean that we're effectively able to be a strength for other people, because we're not just messengers. We're not just healers. We are a person. We're listening with our ears to spirit, and we are channeling that information, and we are able to connect to the person that we're speaking to, but we'll have to be able to listen to them as well and their experiences, because it isn't all about what spirit want me to tell them. It's about making sense of why someone is feeling blocked, why they are unable to move forward in their journey. And it is about loving the self. It is about making sense of our pain and reaching out to those energies that are there to push us along.
So I'm going to read a piece of just a little bit of the beginning of your book here, or your class.
It's the course manual.
Yes, it says here, as a manipulator of energy and caster of magic, it is important that you combine your witchy abilities and also be a good ear to those who wish to talk and to reach out, being a spiritual counselor to the living and the dead. You have to be thick-skinned and strong for what's ahead. If we are tested in life itself or our own situations, then we will also be tested in the medium as a medium or messenger. In this day and age, we are expected to be more than just a messenger. We have the abilities to offer more ways to heal, guide, comfort, and counsel spiritually the living and the dead. So it's so interesting that you say that counseling the dead as well. That's a really good thing to know.
And that's how in-depth it is. For the history of spiritualism, I went back. I thought, why are people not dealing with their pain back then in the 1900s, 1918, 1939 in war period? Because people were dealing with tragic circumstances. Even the spiritualists didn't have time to just reflect and deal with that pain. And then when the war suddenly came out in that period and it started to settle down, then people were able to band together and survive. It was just too chaotic at that time for anyone to just sit and listen and understand from another person what life after death was all about. It was difficult. And now we have the chance, I think we're more in tune with ourselves, to reflect. We must know that this is the moment now where we need to really knuckle down and learn as much as we can, because, I'm not saying the past wasn't significant, because it was. They were building the understanding of spiritualism.
I do believe that we're in a time and age where there is an actual spiritual awakening, to where people are asking something more. There's something more out there. And this is why we're seeing the growth in spiritualism for sure.
I also made it clear just to honor the past spirit to people who were alive back then, because if it weren't for them, it wouldn't have grown to this, that even back then for them, it was the spiritual awakening.
It was. And it's an ongoing thing. And everything that the human beings that we're going through nowadays with the violence and the deaths and all that stuff, it's all part of what's got to happen in order to cleanse this karmic energy that we are actually in deep right now. We're cleansing out. And this is a good way to connect with spirit and know more.
Isn't that a fact that the living want people that can be stable and have the stability to help troubled living people? Is happening, right. And the same is happening on the other side, where there are troubled spirit reaching out to us, or reaching out to stable spirits,
or they're lost, or they're in limbo, or
so
whatever.
Everything that's happening here is happening there.
Yes, there's definitely
mentally and emotionally, it's still happening.
Of course.
So we can't just automatically think it's perfection over there in the realms of spirit, and making sense of why we go through the things that we go through is important when developing your abilities as a medium, because we can't make sense of who we are now and who we are then in the past and what we went through. Then how the heck can we transform and be open to what that awakening is all about?
Definitely. And I do believe in reincarnation. And are you going to be talking about reincarnation in this course?
It goes into a little bit about bringing even negative people, why they come into this life with so much negativity, because the past life may have contained negative situations, so the spirit just reincarnated into this life to do similar things and in similar situations. And it doesn't always happen that way. It might be the first ever life and you're negative, negative, negative. Probably because in this current life, say if it's me, my first life, and I'm doing negative things, it's because I'm literally doing I'm feeling negative because I'm choosing to do those negative things.
I do know that when you are something, let's say you were a very religious person in your last life, this life you usually tend to be the complete and total opposite of what you were in the last life, because we got to experience everything in our lives, everything pain and hurt and love and wonderful experiences. We got to go through everything in order to ascend more. So again, I want to encourage people to take this course. It's an amazing course. I'm definitely gonna be sitting in for it. I've been doing readings forever. My mother was a medium, as I've always said, and connecting with spirit. But this is something that's an ongoing course, and it's something that I encourage even people that already are connecting with spirit to take.
When a manual like that is created, just straight, completely created, I don't want to take the credit, because it is the connection of spirit. It is when you truly know. Somebody will ask me that question: how do you truly know when you are connecting and you're being given information, knowledge that should be passed on? I'm used as a channel to educate to the best of my ability to other people, but I'm still human, and my methods of teaching might not be right for some, but it could be right for others. But I'm only going to do my best to pass that information on. I know it's unique to this whole course because it has information in there already while I'm constructing it right now that isn't from my own thoughts. It is unique by other spirit energies that know of that information from their journey.
Very good. Very interesting, Michael. And thank you for sharing this with us in the channel. And
well, you have till the 20th, is it?
Yeah, till April the 20th. Yeah, it's 3 good weeks. Message Michael or myself if you're interested in the course. And we do payment plans, so you guys don't have to worry if you don't have the money. It's not about the money. It's about you guys taking this wonderful journey in this development of spirituality.
You get to have a copy of the manual, but move past the fact that the manual is existing. It's there for you guys when you're in the course. It's there and very interesting, but really deep. It's about dealing with those inner issues and knowing that I could have all the information around me, but if I can sit intently in peace and quiet in my own self, I will unlock other things that are far more valuable for my journey.
Yes, definitely. And it's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing thing that we're learning every day.
This is a boost and a privilege to have all that information there, because spirit don't have to commit. They don't have to. And some days when you're feeling low and you're feeling negative, that's when it's not a good time to connect, to do these types of things. You got to be better in yourself to do this type of work.
But you also need to understand that at times when you are feeling like that, that's when you need to know that you may be letting in other energies are around you all the time. So you need to know how to protect yourself, because there's times that even depressed energies, depressed spirits have not passed, come around us.
Even when we're doing inspirational work, the door is open and nothing stops the negative spirit from creeping in or looking in.
Yes.
But I must have the protection around me to the point where I'm being given this information, because it is vast and overwhelming at times.
And you need to know how to defer when it's a good one and when it's a bad one, when it's a trickster and all that kind of stuff. And this course is definitely going to help people that want to develop. And I strongly do recommend this.
I must have had about 5 different spirits, whether they be guides or ancestors or random people I don't know, creep in this circle. They step into the circle around me while I sit out the back, and I've had 5 spirit from different voices tell me something that's contributed to this course.
Yeah.
So there'll probably be many more, but I hope they did stay the same and I don't have a crowd, because they tend to be disobedient at times.
Right.
They want to set their own rules and they want to use you 24/7. That's what the course explains. You have to take a step back. You have to close down and recharge. You have to have discipline within yourself.
Yes.
There's so much to say. I can't say it all because there's so much.
There's a lot.
It's an infinite flow of knowledge.
It is
like infinite flow of love.
Definitely. So you guys hit Michael up or hit me up, and we will let you know more about the course. and the fee, and how you can actually book your spot, save your reserve your spot in your pamphlet, your actual manual. So many blessings. I thank you that you guys are up with us tonight.
And I look forward to embarking on this journey with you, and if you decide to do it, because, you know, there'll be many other times that I will do it, but it is important that, you know, my time is limited after this first course is done, because other things are important, family and Enchanted Bellewitch.
Yes, guys. So again, thank you for joining us this evening. I encourage you guys, and either whether you take this course or not, continue to grow and develop as a spiritualist, as a spiritual caster, worker, light worker, dark worker, whatever you are. Continue your path.
Spirit will know when the time is right, and you will know if the time is right within you. Your gut will tell you, yeah, I'm ready.
Yes, exactly. When the student is ready, the teacher always appears, and that is for sure. Many blessings, guys, and I love you guys. Have a good evening.